Fellow Groggers, welcome back to Grog Games. I am your boy Super Potion. Today I want to give my opinion on the Fall Guys Creative Construction announcement and why I think this season is not looking so great. I watched the stream already, and while I was watching it, I was just thinking about what they were actually saying, and I want to bring up a few points.
The seasons are going to get slightly longer to give us the time to kind of make these big changes.
Bad.
As we go into the new season,
we're gonna continue vaulting.
So it really sounds like a cycle can develop. The players inspire the devs, devs inspire the players, and you'll come up with something really interesting and unique together.
That's not a bad thing that we're inspiring them, because basically we can go ahead and say like, okay, we hate this and we hate that. Doesn't mean they're gonna listen, but it also sort of seems like in regards to creativity for levels, we're doing some of the work for them. And we'll get to that in a second.
Another thing which is also really helpful is that for the first time we can start tweaking the levels over the air, so we won't need to push new updates live to fix bugs.
I don't know what that means exactly, but if that means they can make it so there's glitches not happening, or it takes less time to fix it, then fine, that's great, that's good. I just don't understand why the devs were so stretched out. It seems like they had spent their time, this last like dry spout of like game content was because they were just making a large batch of content so then they could catch up on any glitches and any further glitches that are going to happen down the road. I guess maybe they were doing it to get to a more stable platform going forward in the future so it would benefit everyone in the long run. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. We'll have to, play by ear in regards to is them fixing it over the air, over live, whatever he said, if that's going to be as effective as they're saying right now, right? Retro digital costumes? Why? Creator round playlist 1. Creator made rounds. I like the looks of the display here in regards to like putting creator games up front, I guess, but I'm still hesitant in regards to how they're going to do that exactly. I think he says something in a little bit. Let me skip ahead.
Make sure you're a member of the Fall Guys Discord server where you'll be able to share your creations using your round share code.
Yeah, so there's that. It sounds like the only way that they're going to be able to pick rounds as of right now in order to be put in those playlists is if the devs pick them on the back end or if they get discoverability through Discord, I guess. I guess like the devs or people working for the devs, some of the marketing team, someone is going to go in the Discord and check out your codes and then determine which one's best. Is that how we're doing it now? I don't think that's a positive. The reason why I'm so upset about this is because it could be so good. It could be so good. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Mario Maker at all. Like, there's 2 Mario Maker games at this point, right? But the way that is designed is by popularity of courses. Like, you can vote up and down if people like the course or not. There's a like button on the course. So if a course is good, people can say, okay, that was a good course. And the more likes they get, the more it's on the leaderboard, right? And I just feel like that's the best way to do it. And look, there's tags, there's region, there's different ways to search it. It sounds like Fall Guys, while you can search by code, I guess, and while that's going to be popular for like creators, if creators make their own levels, they can be like, here's the code, and then their audience can play it. That's good. And maybe, maybe you don't care about that. Maybe you're just like, oh, hey, my friend gave me this level, and here it is, and you can play it, blah, blah, blah. But for the majority of the game, they need to actually make it like this. They need to make it like this. Whether they realize it or not, the game is competitive. That's the whole point of the game. There's like golden wolf costumes, there's battle passes. The whole game is a flex, whether they meant to do that or not. Now, I know it's not as serious as some other battle royale games, but it's still serious enough that some of the audience for it wants those leaderboards. They want those rankings. So they want to be able to do like hard courses. There isn't going to be a way to actually search for that or determine which course is best or like have a good visibility on anything that anyone's gonna make in the first place. It just doesn't make sense. And well, we got to give them benefit of the doubt.
We're also going to be adding and improving the discoverability stuff, so hopefully in the future it's even easier for
Now, while they said that they're going to improve the discoverability, how long is that actually going to take? Because it's already taken them so long to get this done. How much longer is it going to take to improve discoverability? How much more is it going to take for them to implement these tools so that we can actually play creative the correct way it's supposed to be played? I don't know. And I love Mediatonic. I love Fall Guys. But I feel like it's only fair to criticize them to an extent at this point, right? I don't know. I'm guessing we're not going to have that functionality for 6 months minimum, if not longer. And that's not an easy thing to do either. I understand it's not easy to make a dashboard for you to do the search and functionality that I'm referring to, that we want from certain games like Mario Maker. But if you're gonna implement a creative mode, you have to do that to an extent, right? You can't leave it up to like Discord and word of mouth. You have to put that in the game. Anyway, moving on. Now, that was my main complaint, all right? That's over with. I think that is the big issue. If this new season is going to be mostly around creative, I know he said something about like Vaporwave or something. It's gonna be about creative this next season, right? If they can fix that later on, I'm fine. On to the more positives.
The development team, we're dropping 50 new rounds.
50 new rounds is incredibly good. That's insane. We haven't seen that in any other season for new rounds at all. So obviously they've been working hard on the back end to create a large bulk of rounds for us. Next they go into like a brief tutorial about how to do the creative mode itself. And I don't have any complaints about this. It seems simple, it seems nice. Everything is just like rotate object, move object, put in object. And they have like everything in regards to, you know, increasing height, decreasing height, moving, making things smaller, bigger. You can insert a platform and then change the size of it. Like, it's all good. It makes sense. It's very simple, and I'm super excited to create levels from it. My only concern is they keep reiterating that this is the same tool the devs use. I want to see someone recreate one of the old levels, because I'm concerned, like, this budget, I don't know the math. I'm not gonna go frame by frame to see like that fan was worth 5 points or whatever, but I don't know in regards to this budget if it's as big as like what the devs use for regular levels. I don't know. If it was a straight 1-for-1 where the devs were like, yeah, we only have 1,000 points, yeah, absolutely, we can only put so much in the level, 1,000 points, guys, then that's fine. But if it turns out that the devs were less restricted than the community is going to be, then I feel like that's not true creative, and we're not necessarily using the devs tools, right? I don't know. Something to think about. Someone's going to recreate any of the like season 1 or season 2 levels, and we'll see if it's a 1-for-1 ratio or not. Another thing just to note, that when you started, you didn't get an option in regards to landscape, like for the background, not for the level itself. I don't know, it'd be sort of nice to see all the different backgrounds or have that availability of choice as you're making all of these levels. Like, even if it didn't affect the platforms and the platforms stayed the same, you could still have like a different area you were in the background, just for looks or whatever, right?
The same.
I don't have any opinion on the lore, FYI. I don't care about the lore. Just saying, it's fine if you do. So the last thing I want to talk about is the last part, where he's essentially saying that there's power-ups that they're implementing, possibly, and they reiterate several times, this may or may not be in a future update, FYI. Because they're still working through bugs, they're working if things are overpowered or something. But, yeah, so there's a penguin bomb, there's a double hop. It's like we're sort of turning into Fortnite a little bit. And I don't know how I feel about it. I think as long as they make it so it's only restricted to certain rounds, like they mention here that it's pretty, like you can use it for the creative mode and stuff like that. That'll be something to add on to. Yeah, the rope thing, that'll be some crazy times. That's super cool. But as long as they still continue to have a main game, like a main playlist where none of these are implemented, I think it's gonna benefit the game. So guys, that was my opinion of the creative construction announcement. Yeah, once again, just want to say I stream this game almost every Thursday on my channel. I'm not trying to hate on the game at all. I love this game a lot. I have a lot of hours in this game. I've been here since season 1, all right? I think it's just important at this point to keep Mediatonic accountable, right? Especially if they want to continue to grow the game, especially if they want to be able to have as passionate an audience as the devs are passionate about the game, right? I just want to make sure that the game doesn't die again. So I think it's important to point out these criticisms just so everyone's thinking about them, so we can also help them do their best in regards to developing the game. So once again, no hate. I love Fall Guys. You guys know that. Regular audience at least should know that. If you like the video, please feel, subscribe for Fall Guys and other indie games. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you very much to our Grogger, Pogger, and Tanky loyalists, channel members for supporting the channel. Those lovely people are Zendex. Yeah, that Zendex from Fall Guys. Killer Venom 49, Charlotte Stone, Chief Jin Jehovah, Snooze, and Panda Force Gaming. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. And that's all. Goodbye, fellow groggers.